Welcome to season 3 of the Dr. B Show, sponsored by 111 Spa and Aesthetics, Get More Clicks Media, and Transforming Your Way to Success online course powered by Borja Consulting Group. In this episode of the Dr. B Show, I have the privilege of interviewing Dr. Ivonne Diaz Claisse, who is the founder of Hispa, which I am proud to be a role model. It's an awesome episode, and I hope you love it, whether you like math or not. Wink, wink. So, hope you enjoy.
Hi, Dr. B here. Are you struggling to get rid of stubborn fat but don't want to have plastic surgery? 111 Spa and Aesthetics non-invasive slimming massage can help you get the body you always wanted. 111 Spa and Aesthetics can also help you when it comes to cellulite treatments and body contouring massage. 111 Spa and Aesthetics offers a full range of skincare services, including facials, acne, scar treatments, skin tightening, microdermabrasion, and more. 111 Spa and Aesthetics are trained professionals with extensive skincare experience and utilize only the best equipment possible. For more information, please visit their website at www.111aesthetics.com. That's 1-O-N-E-11 Leven spaaesthetics.com, located at 10 East Moonachie Road in Hackensack, New Jersey, 07601. And to make an appointment, don't miss out, 201-520-1777, 201-520-1777, 111 Spa and Aesthetics.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Dr. B Show. I'm your host, Dr. B. I'm here with the great Dr. Ivonne Diaz Claisse. How are you, doctor?
Doing great. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to share a little bit of my story.
Yes, absolutely. Let's jump right into it. So tell everyone about yourself.
Well, I'm Dr. Ivonne Diaz Claisse. I actually grew up in Puerto Rico and had a big dream of becoming a mathematician. And to achieve that dream, I needed to have role models in my life that could validate that dream. I had the great honor to have a professor at La Universidad de Puerto Rico who was a mathematician, and he was from Puerto Rico. He validated my dream, and I came to the United States and had an amazing journey through academia to achieve that dream and become a mathematician.
That's amazing, amazing, amazing. So we're gonna jump around your story a little bit back and forth. So how you're the founder of Hispa, but how did that come all about some odd years ago?
Absolutely. So Hispa stands for Hispanics Inspiring Students' Performance and Achievement. And truly, it was through my work at AT&T. I worked for AT&T for 10 years doing data analytics and being involved with employee resource groups. And that gave me the opportunity to really do something else that wasn't looking at numbers and patterns and data, right? I was able to plan events. I was able to have conversations about what can we do to bring more Latino talent to the company. I was involved on professional development training for ourselves, the employees. How could we help each other? If I was really good at some technical aspect of the company, how could I teach others in these groups about the company and so forth? And I was so involved in these groups that I became the national president of the Hispanic Employee Resource Group of AT&T. At that point, as in that position, I was able to travel, to visit, to represent the company in different venues. And there was one time where I was invited to speak and share my story at a school in Newark. And I have shared this with many people that day changed my life, because I literally walked into an auditorium filled with Latino students, and I told my story. And the next thing that happened is that the students wanted my autograph. They were so inspired and so committed to doing things differently. I had one student in particular that said, because of you, I will pursue higher education. And that changed my life. I had right away a vision that we could mobilize, train, support, recruit Latino professionals, and make sure that our stories are in the classrooms to inspire the youth. And the rest is history. We started with one role model, and now we have over 3,000 individuals that are truly committed to this mission.
That's amazing, Ivonne. 3,000 at this point? I remember it was a few hundred. And it's grown so much, right, since then. How has your role at AT&T as an analyst kind of helped you, or just in general, like all your positions, how has that helped you as running a business, running a nonprofit today?
Listen, when you study mathematics, I always say you can take any job.
Right.
And I always say that, when you have an analytical mind, right, you are a problem solver. And we have to think that those are the critical thinking skills. Those are the skills for the future, that we don't know what the jobs of the future really are. But if we do focus on educating students and giving them the opportunity to really look at problems and look for solutions and be creative. So I feel that in my job at AT&T, like from the beginning, I had the opportunity to be creative. We were looking at a lot of data, and back in the day, we didn't have a lot of visualization tools. And I remember just saying, I want to do a website where people can just say, this is the data that I want to look, and graphs and data specific to those requests will come. It was just a database. It's something so basic looking in retrospective, but back in the day, it was quite innovative. And that really built my self-confidence in a way. When you are young in your career, you are sometimes scared to propose ideas in your corporation. And the beauty of being brave and stepping into that opportunity and embracing it is that when it goes well, your confidence, you get validated, and you're ready for the next step, and it builds on that. So I always recommend, we need to be brave, take those first steps, but then after that, when those steps are taken, you're building your path forward. But sometimes that first step is hard. And that's why I believe so much on the Business Resource Group, because we provide networks of support for each other. We want each one of us to succeed in the corporation. So I always recommend that as a step to start building your self-confidence in your career. And then the rest is history, right? Because you are now able to say, I see another problem. I see a problem in the corporations. But then for me, it was like, now I see a problem in society. We have to make sure not having access to a role model is a roadblock for our youth. That should not be the case. So let's eradicate that problem. It's just looking at it and then finding, how do we optimize the solution for that? We are optimizing the time of the individuals that are volunteering, and we are optimizing the times of the schools and the students. So it becomes a math problem.
Speaking of math problem, amazing analogy and amazing explanation. So I know you're obviously you have your BS in mathematics from the University of Puerto Rico, your master's in engineering from Cornell, and then of course 4 years later got your PhD from Arizona State University, right? So why the love for math, right? Everyone has a passion for every subject, but why math in your case?
Why math? That's such a great question. I have been thinking a lot about that, because literally most weeks I'm in front of students sharing my story. And I tell them that it was something that it was kind of a strength of mine. I think that that's another lesson from my life I can share today, is that when I went to school, and middle school, high school, I didn't mind doing the math homework. And that was the first sign for me that there was something about math that matched well with me, my strengths and my interests. But then I encountered a book that was called Curiosidades Matemáticas. And I remember looking at that book at the story of Fibonacci and the Fibonacci numbers. So for the audience, if you have never seen the Fibonacci series, please take a look. And Fibonacci lived in the 1100s, but he came out or discovered this pattern that describes a perfect spiral. And he had no idea our Milky Way, was a spiral. He didn't know hurricanes had the shape of spirals, but yet he encountered that pattern. And that was kind of like, wow, I want to be like Fibonacci. So I think in a way was a little bit of understanding my strength, but also finding a little bit of a role model in a way. It was a story in a book, but that kind of made me think, wow, could I be like that person? And then the third thing that really, really validated that was finding a Puerto Rican mathematician at the college, which really validated to me that it was possible.
Love it. What an amazing. See, now I know why you love math so much. I appreciate it. Amazing, amazing. So now I just want to fast forward to today. I want to throw you some stats at you and maybe just want to know your opinion on it. So according to Skyhook Foundation, college STEM majors, and you highlighted this, all right? Out earn other college grads. STEM market grew 45% in 2018. 15 out of the 20 fastest growing occupations require significant mathematics or science preparation, right? So people in the STEM fields can expect to earn 26% more than the average person, right? To experience job loss. However, only 92% of boys and 97% of girls, I guess the majority lose interest in STEM if not engaging by the fifth grade, according to Kenneth Wesson, education consultant. So just wanted to know your thoughts on that.
Absolutely. Our students listen to so many messages, and it just takes one person to say math is hard for students to be discouraged. I truly believe that we must work together as communities to bring the students to the library, to bring students to walk in the hallways of universities, to bring the students to know about what even the park systems offer in our communities, and expose them at an early age to discover their potential, to be exposed to different things. Today, we have access, I think everyone, to so many movies, so much information in the internet right at their fingertips. It just takes one person in the community, one teacher, one friend, one neighbor to say, oh, have you heard about this discovery? Or have you heard how the cell phone started? Or how things are made? I think that we are truly losing a unique opportunity, even when we buy presents for our young ones. Today you can buy robotic kits. There's so much at our fingertips that we just need to be aware that it starts at an early age. For me, like you heard, my understanding that I had some strength in relation to math happened at an early age. But I needed support from my teachers. My teachers needed to validate that. And my parents needed to agree to let me go for a math degree. That was hard for my family because they didn't understand, what are you going to do with a math degree? And there's so many misconceptions, right? So the important thing is that a student has a passion, an interest, a strength toward a field. You want that to be nourished. It doesn't matter what it is. I always use the example of a young man. He was young, I guess, when he started all of this, he had a passion for building towers with cards, with playing cards. There's a beautiful video about his story. And he was so passionate about that. And he has built his whole career around that. He uses like hundreds of thousands of cards to make buildings, beautiful like structures, just with playing cards. But he went for education to support that dream. So he has, like a master's degree on architectural design. So he did the things around that. But if you think about it, if we could nourish students when they find something they like, and we can nourish them and show them the pathways forward, we really will increase that pipeline that we need for the future of this country.
No, great analogy and great insight, right? Do you want to promote your product or services to your target audience but don't know how? Do you struggle with social media marketing and management? Do you have challenges with lead generation for your business online? Well, look no further. Get More Clicks Media helps with SMS, MMS, and email marketing. Also, social media marketing and management, video marketing, lead generation, brand recognition, SEO, e-commerce, and website development. For more information, please visit getmoreclicksmedia.com. That's getmoreclicksmedia.com. I have a 6-year-old, and I'm always every night we do math, right? And even if it's simple as counting apples, counting oranges, but I'm trying to instill that earlier on because I know the importance of that. So thank you for that. Really appreciate your answer. So good. I just wanted to transition a little bit as far as Hispa. Why should a Hispanic professional enroll as a role model with Hispa?
Absolutely. So, exactly what you were saying, Hispa has a great focus on middle school. So students 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. And the concept here is that at this age, students, the research shows students already have some kind of aspiration. At this age, kids might not be that afraid of saying, I want to be the president of the United States, or I want to be an astronaut. They still have those big dreams and aspirations. But by 10th grade, that is gone. So why is that? It's because we are not showing the pathways forward. Hispa is about showing the pathways forward, showing that, yes, okay, you do X, Y, and Z to get to a college, then you do these things to get to a career. But we also are talking about, the soft skills, the social emotional learning skills. We're talking about the perseverance, how hard it was to face an obstacle, and how we overcame that obstacle. How many times we felt like giving up, but we didn't, and why we did it, and how that paid off. So if you think about that, we're teaching students things that are hard to teach. Is about perseverance, self-advocacy. We're teaching the students about, how to set goals and get help from people around us to fulfill and achieve those goals. So that's truly a critical piece for the future. We have wonderful teachers that are supporting our students and family members. But when you think about the highly skilled careers, sometimes some of our students don't have access to those careers, and sometimes our teachers don't have access to those careers. So that's what Hispa tries to do, is to bring these examples into the classroom so that the students, the teachers, are inspired and learning about what is possible. I mean, truly, when I was in middle school, I had no idea. No one around me knew that with a degree in mathematics, I could be helping engineers at AT&T, right? Nobody knew that around me. But yet, we all know that now, right? We know how important, math is for these careers. So Hispa is all about bringing those stories to support the students in discovering their potential and, really igniting a desire to embrace education, and that they understand success will follow.
That's a great point, right? The Hispa program it shows the path, right? And it bridges that gap, right? And even me, right? In middle school, no knock on the New York City education, but no one came in and spoke about careers. I kind of figured it out, but not everyone figures it out, right? But it just makes it so much easier for someone to come in from different angles, different perspectives, and show the way, right? So great point there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. How can people get involved?
There's so many ways. So of course, there's what they call treasure, time, and talent, right? So time, wanting to be a role model, wanting to reflect on your story and work with us to build that presentation that you can go and give to the students. Right now, we have 3 ways of giving those presentations. One, the virtual live, like we're doing today, sessions. Also, we have on-demand programming now where you can record your story and we can, give access to that story to many students. And then also, obviously, hopefully soon, going back face-to-face in the classroom with the students. Then talent. In addition to sharing your story, there's so many ways you can help any nonprofit, which is, maybe you want to become part of their board, or maybe you want to be a leader mobilizing more individuals. Or maybe you are really good at website development and you want to have something else to put in your resume. Then you can say, Hispa, I would like to volunteer to support website development. And then we can, we always, nonprofits, not only Hispa, need more resources to advance their mission. Because the sky is the limit. When you think about the impact we already have, we have impacted over 20,000 students. You think about how many students are out there that can be impacted. So even though we've done a lot, we can also look at the picture of the half empty glass on all the other students we are not impacting yet. So that's why resources are so critical, because there's so much to be done. I mean, we're trying to literally eradicate a problem in society. And the third is treasure. Obviously, making a donation. All donations are valuable to us. Many times your corporations matches your donation. So you might be able to donate $100, but now your company matches has become $200. So those are, some of the ways, but also being a champion for our mission, going out and telling your business resource group in your company, we want to partner with Hispa, or advocating in your company for, a grant. There's, we just had some great news today. There is an organization that they had a kind of a nomination for a nonprofit to receive a grant, and Hispa was selected. So just a simple gesture like that can go a long way. So yeah, stay tuned for the announcements next week. But truly, it is truly a labor of love. You know that, that with your work, your leadership, what you do with this podcast, with your interviews, with your training, with your voluntarism, with Hispa, with Prospanica, you fully understand what this is about. You're a great example of what we can all do as individuals in society.
Thank you so much. And all that information can be found in www.hispa.org, correct?
Absolutely, yes.
Good. Dr. Ivonne, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for being on my show. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. I'm so honored. And, adelante, si se puede. My phrase is, soñar no cuesta nada. Let's allow ourselves to dream. Dreaming costs nothing, right? So
Dr.
thank
Ivonne,
you so much.
Thank you. Take care. Has the pandemic changed the way you prospect today? Do you struggle prospecting for new leads for your business? Do you have challenges and don't have a process when networking at an event, either virtually or online? Well, look no further. Borja Consulting Group's Transforming Your Way to Success online course is a solution. In this 8-week intensive course, you will go from networking novice to networking guru. As a bonus, 2 coaching sessions with Dr. Jairo Borja himself are now included in the course. Don't miss this amazing opportunity to transform your pipeline, increase quality leads, close more deals, and transform your way to success. For more information, please visit our website, www.borjaconsultinggroup.com. That's www.borjaconsultinggroup.com. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Dr. B Show with Dr. Ivonne Diaz Claisse from Hispa. It was an amazing episode. I was dying to have her on my show, and I'm glad to have her. That one was personal. So with that being said, I'm glad we connected. And hey, if you haven't already, check us out. If you're struggling for leads, you're struggling to understand a process of how to network, hey, I'm here for you. I have the courses available, 4-week and 8-week courses available at borjaconsultinggroup.com, borjaconsultinggroup.com. Well, Dr. B, out.